do you gotta come over here and watch our TV all the time? Oh, my bad. You can't afford one, huh? What's happening, Tommy? What's going down, Donkey Kong?
Nothing much, short doggy dog. What? I said.
So why did Martin Lawrence, the comedic powerhouse and 90s sensation, suddenly find himself riding the Hollywood wave less often? I mean, we're talking about a guy who had it all. A smash hit TV show, a comedy album that climbed the charts faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer, and movies that raked in more cash than a kid's lemonade stand on a scorching summer day.
These just kind of popped out of camera.
Gina, maybe we should make a baby so your fun bags will pop out. Bang.
But when the 90s party ended, so did Lawrence's VIP access. Did he crack a joke that hit too close to home? Or did Hollywood just get a case of the giggles? Get ready, because we're about to unravel the mystery of Martin Lawrence's fame roller coaster, one belly laugh at a time.
It doesn't take a genius to work in TV. Now be for real. I mean, look at you.
And it doesn't take a genius to catch a frisbee in your mouth, now does it? Huh?
In the beginning, Martin soared into the limelight as a stand-up comic, cracking jokes that caught the eye of TV bigwigs. He made his small screen debut on What's Happening Now.
If I could get close to her, make her feel welcome, maybe he'd be grateful when it's time to grade my test.
Maurice, we pay you to clean up, not suck up.
And soon became the face of HBO's Def Comedy Jam. His comedic chops landed him gigs in the hilarious Boomerang alongside Eddie Murphy and his very own Fox sitcom Martin, which became a household favorite. Riding high on success, he teamed up with Will Smith in the action-packed Bad Boys in 1995. It's clear this guy had a serious hustle, diving into project after project with gusto. But things took a toll during the filming of A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Martin wasn't just the star. He was practically running the show as the writer, director, and narrator. This intense workload led to a major breakdown, with Martin's behavior spiraling out of control, landing him in the hospital.
Martin Lawrence is the guy that showed everybody you can make it from D.C. to Hollywood. I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. When we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh, my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life.
Less than a year later, Lawrence was arrested for running down Ventura Boulevard with a gun shouting, "They're trying to kill me," which resulted in a second hospitalization. It's not exactly your average day in Hollywood. Despite his notable success on the big screen, his health problems persisted. In the aftermath of that incident, Lawrence's doctors said the actor was suffering from exhaustion and dehydration. This is what his castmate had to say about him.
I think after he had those strokes, because even in working with him, I worked with him for 4 years on that show, he wasn't the same person. And I kind of chalked it up to, maybe it's just because he has a different business persona.
And even though Big Mama's House killed it at the box office, Martin's rep in Hollywood was taking a serious hit thanks to his increasingly erratic antics.
I'm just excited to be here with the tremendous cast of The Martin Show. To present the next award are the nominees for lead actor in a comedy series.
Martin found himself throwing fists on a nightclub dance floor. Meanwhile, his former Miss Virginia, Patricia Southall, came forward, accusing Martin of displaying violent and unhinged behavior towards her, ultimately sealing the fate of their marriage. She wasn't the only one to see the mask slipping. In a 2018 episode of TV One's Uncensored, Tashina spilled the tea on how Martin's skyrocketing success took a toll on his relationships with his castmates. They felt more cold and distant the more he was treated like Hollywood royalty.
Martin, you get to a certain place in stardom where, okay, he was no longer part of the cast, but he was the executive producer. So, that distance started being created, between the two. And, the network has a lot to do with that as well. They take care of the star, and then everybody else is a piece of shit. That's just how it goes down. And, you embrace being a piece of shit.
Despite the backstage drama, Martin managed a solid 5-season run, leaving audiences wanting more. However, the show's fate took a sharp turn in its 5th season when Martin and Tisha's relationship hit rock bottom, leading to Tisha abandoning the series. And that, folks, explains her scarce screen time in the final season's episodes. Things took a serious turn when HBO, the show's producer, took legal action, filing for a restraining order to coerce Tisha back to the set while arbitration was pending. But Tisha wasn't about to back down. She hit back with a countersuit, dropping bombshell allegations of sexual harassment, battery, and verbal abuse against none other than Martin himself.
If Martin was on Universal a lot, she couldn't be there. If she was there, he couldn't be there. So I knew that much. You know, all the other stuff that they say that happened, I never seen that, man.
Tisha didn't hold back, detailing Martin's disturbing behavior throughout the show's run. She painted a grim picture of Martin's actions behind the scenes. And it didn't stop there. By the 5th season, Martin's behavior had reached a boiling point, climaxing in a highly publicized outburst in November 1996. This explosive incident left her shaken and fearing for her safety, prompting her to make a bold decision. She refused to set foot back on the show. Despite reaching a settlement out of court, Tisha agreed to return for the final episodes under one condition. She would not share screen time with Martin.
You know, when the show ended, there was tension between you and Martin. You had filed a lawsuit against him. He said it wasn't true.
Tisha and Martin just couldn't even be in the same room together.
Right, not in the same room. They couldn't even, I don't think they couldn't even be on the lot.
The finale of Martin was nothing short of uncomfortable, with Martin and Gina awkwardly dancing around each other on set. Martin vehemently claimed that he made the call to end the show, brushing off rumors of cancellation tied to his behavior. But regardless of the truth behind the scenes, the show's abrupt ending undoubtedly left a stain on Martin's once sterling reputation. It was alleged that Lark Voorhees, who was also known as Lisa Turtle on Saved by the Bell, and Martin were in a relationship in 1993 through 94. Voorhees even guest starred on the first season of The Martin Show, where she played the lead character's love interest. According to People magazine, Lark and Martin got engaged in 1993, and her Saved by the Bell co-star Dustin Diamond spilled some interesting tea in his memoir. Dustin wrote that Lark and Martin's relationship ended when Martin went on the Arsenio Hall show and announced he was engaged to someone else. When the Saved by the Bell cast reunited to record audio for the show's DVD, Dustin said Lark would flinch whenever a man came near her or whenever a man's voice was projected towards her. Many believe that Lark experienced something terrifying during her relationship with Martin. Years later, Lark attempted to expose male entertainers in the industry by posting a synopsis of Dustin's book written by an unnamed source on her Instagram. In her caption, she wrote, "ML is no saint either. Abuse is abuse. These men need to be held accountable for their well-documented actions. Preying on innocent women. The truth is in the pudding. LV." The post was later deleted, and she claimed her account got hacked. Martin never addressed those allegations. However, he moved on while intending to marry another woman while he was dating Lark. The other woman was former Miss Virginia, Patricia Southall. It's unclear when they started dating, but the Washington Post reported they first met in 1992, which means Patricia was definitely in the picture when Martin was engaged to Lark. It turns out that Martin's personal life wasn't all that great either. He had tied the knot with former Miss Virginia Patricia Southall in January 1995, yet their union faced its own set of challenges, marked by their youth and the volatility of their relationship. Despite Martin's professional success with Bad Boys, released the same year, his personal life remained fraught with tension. Their relationship hit a breaking point under all that strain, and boy, did they struggle to keep it together. Patricia poured her heart out, talking about how she felt like she was coming up short, both in her personal and professional life. I mean, imagine dreaming of making it big in Hollywood, only to face one setback after another. Then, in January 1996, along comes baby Jasmine, right in the midst of Martin's epic meltdowns. Talk about bad timing. Things got heated between Martin and Patricia real quick. She even recounted this wild night in September when Martin started a fight and ended up shoving her. It got so bad they had to bolt to a hotel in Universal City to escape the madness. By September 1996, Martin had enough and filed for divorce, leaving Patricia no choice but to slap him with a restraining order. She feared for her and her family's safety. And who could blame her? 20 months of marriage down the drain, and now they're duking it out in court over child support and those pesky prenups. Plus, Patricia's not holding back either. She's asking for a cool $50K a month to keep her lifestyle afloat. As for Martin, he's done with all that drama and on to the next. He meets Shamika Gibbs at some gathering, and guess what? Yep, you guessed it. Another marriage. Another disaster waiting to happen. Can you imagine? These celebrities even spoke about Martin suggesting they dress like women to boost their careers. We all saw what happened to Tyler Perry.
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. He want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again? You already played the old lady as an FBI agent. We can play anything now.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. Certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. That's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer, I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in, the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on, and what? A prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that.
It was like, wasn't slack from people. Only Cat Williams. Cat Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature. Right. I feel like, dang, why? I'm trying to make it.
Despite personal turmoil, Lawrence continued his professional comeback, trying his hand at comedies. Martin appeared in several unsuccessful films, except for the sequels to Bad Boys and Big Mama's House.
When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Cat, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, you my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my word. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House too. I almost died.
By 2011, he seemed to vanish from Hollywood altogether as the industry lost faith in his abilities. Martin attempted a television comeback in 2014 with the sitcom Partners, co-starring Kelsey Grammer. The series was canceled after one season.
Yeah, you got a loose thread here.
Well, no. Oh. Mama! Silver Streak down!
And Martin once again disappeared from the industry. However, Martin continued to work, returning to his roots in stand-up comedy. While he wasn't making the same big money as before, his stress levels decreased. At the time of this video, Martin is in a position to make an epic comeback. He reprised his role as Marcus in Bad Boys for Life, which was a massive success.
You okay? Better than you gonna be when Teresa see this car.
Rumors of a fourth installment are currently swirling around, indicating a potential resurgence for Martin Lawrence in Hollywood. Did you know Martin Lawrence was even banned from SNL?
Martin's difficulties with censorship was just getting started, because that same year, he got the opportunity that every comedian dreams of, hosting Saturday Night Live. Fortunately for Lawrence, it was also his last time hosting the long-running variety show, because he would be banned for life after telling a few jokes that NBC found to be too inappropriate for live television.
Martin Lawrence's journey back to television wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Despite his best efforts, networks weren't biting on his pilots, and his series Partners barely lasted 10 episodes. But hey, Martin's not one to throw in the towel that easily. He's still holding out hope for future projects that could breathe new life into his career. Then there's the saga of Bad Boys 3, or as it's officially known, Bad Boys for Life. After what felt like forever in development limbo, things finally started looking up when writer-director Joe Carnahan jumped on board. They even began tinkering with the script, and for a moment, it seemed like the stars were aligning. But just when it felt like they were gaining momentum, boom, the whole thing fell apart. Carnahan bowed out, and the studio yanked the film from its release schedule. Talk about a roller coaster ride of highs and lows for Martin's big screen comeback. Martin made a bold move back to his stand-up roots in 2016 with Martin Lawrence Doing Time, which premiered on Showtime. It was his first stand-up film in nearly 15 years. So you'd think it would be a big comeback, right? Well, not exactly. Doing Time didn't quite set the world on fire. Critics shrugged, and the buzz was barely a whisper.
Got a chance to go to the White House, y'all. Got a chance to meet the president. Ain't often people get to do that. Soon as I walked in the White House, Barack saw me and was like, "What's up?"
But hey, every artist has their ups and downs, right? Martin's already sitting on a cool $110 million net worth, so I doubt he's losing sleep over it. Plus, he's got a legacy to uphold, and I don't see him letting that slide anytime soon. Who knows? Maybe he's just warming up for something bigger and better. After all, you can't keep a good comedian down for long. As of 2024, Bad Boys 4 is set to be released in June 7th, 2024. Looking forward to seeing Martin in action after all these years. What about you? Will you be watching Bad Boys 4 this year? What is your favorite movie for Martin? Comment down below.